I'm gonna try it. I should have made a post that I was going live. That's my bad. I really should have made a post. It's so quiet. So this is okay. So I know that a lot of you guys, my most watched video to this day, it almost has like 10,000 views, is about how I manifested my apartment. And so I know a lot of my followers, a good chunk of them, maybe not the most recent, but probably like in the beginning of last year, are like wanting manifestation content. And I was making some last year, but I decided to stop. For whatever reason, I decided to stop making manifestation content. And I decided that I'm just gonna go live because the last live I made was about manifesting too. And I was just watching, if you're in the law of assumption community, Manifest and Finesse It, and she was talking about quantum leaping. And when I watched her, excuse me, when I watched her video, I realized I have quantum leaped. I realized that I have shifted. And I've been in that mind state for a good while now, but I've been shifting like each time I've been shifting. So I keep thinking like, that I'm not progressing until I look back and I'm like, I'm not even the same person I was 3 months ago, let alone 6 months ago, let alone a year ago. And it shows in my decisions. Because sometimes when you feel stuck in a loop, you can't see how you're changing, even though you're making active changes, is basically what it is. So I just wanted to get on here and share what's been going on with me and how I shifted, and maybe it'll show you how you, if you're identifying with this video, have shifted. Because I think it was, who's I watching? I think it was it Manifested Finesse? I can't remember. So I only watch Hyler currently. I only watch Hyler because I love Hyler. Me and Hyler, we kind of manifest the same, so I love her. I watch Sammy because Sammy gets me together. Sammy, I'm not a fan of robotic affirmations. They just don't work for me. Every time I try it, it doesn't work. And that's why I like Hyler, because she doesn't do robotic affirmations. She does rampages, and that's how I am. I intentionally affirm, I visualize, and I do rampages. So I listened to them two, and then I watched Manifest and Finesse It. And between the three of them, one of them was talking about when you shift and quantum leap, it can be big changes, but for the most part, they're going to be small changes that you won't even notice. Like when you are when they talk about you inspired action, with inspired action, people are thinking it's going to be like this big thing, like you're going to have this big aha moment, and that's going to get your manifestation, when in reality you're not going to realize that you did the inspired action until you look back. When you look back, you're like, oh, that's how I got from here to here. That's the inspired action. It's going to feel so natural to you that you're not going to even realize that that's what got you to where you want to be. It's kind of the same thing for me personally. I don't know. Some people can say they want $1 million and manifest it tomorrow. And to me, I'm not sure if that's quantum leaping or instant manifestation. I still don't know all the science behind it, but yeah. Anyway, so this whole thing started in October last year. And looking back, in October last year was when I first shifted. Because when you quantum leap, you're when you shift identities, when you're not supposed to be living the life you're supposed to be living anymore, it will start to feel uncomfortable. That's like the first sign. So for me, the first sign of shifting is noticing that what you're living is uncomfortable. Like you broke out of the matrix. And it's crazy because I've been in the law of assumption manifesting community for years, and I didn't even realize that I was in a matrix that I didn't want to be in. So like, the thing about it is that you're gonna keep, if you're spiritual, you're gonna keep having spiritual awakenings through the rest of your life. It's not one spiritual awakening, and that's it. You're going to keep waking up, keep wanting to change as much as you want to change. Something in your subconscious knew that the life you're living doesn't align with you anymore. And it doesn't align with you anymore because you have shifted your identity. You have said, no, I don't want this. I don't want to live this life anymore. I want something else. You have actively made the change internally that you don't want to do something. Okay. So that's what I did in October. And I realized that I don't want to live this life anymore. And I had that video on my YouTube channel about like fall planning. And that was what that was. So then after that, I was like actively trying really hard to manifest. And when I was trying really hard to manifest, it wasn't working for me until I shifted again in January. Because once I passed the timeline that I gave myself and I realized nothing worked for me, then I knew that, sorry, when in January passed and I realized that nothing I did worked and I'm still alive, nothing bad happened to me, I thought the world was going to end. That's when I started to realize that, oh, I can have anything in the world. I can have anything in the world and nothing bad's going to happen to me. And honestly, looking back, good things have been happening to me. Good things have been happening to me, but I haven't been paying attention to the good things because I was so focused on the bad. And that's why they have that saying where what is it? Where your attention goes, energy grows. I forget the saying, but like I was so focused on the bad that I couldn't realize the good things that were happening to me. So the way I manifest now is revision. I think we don't talk about revision enough. When I used to see revision, I used to think that revision's only if you want to like revise something from the past. Like you don't want to think about the past as a bad moment anymore. And yes, that is what revision is, but I thought it was just like, say your cat died and you wanted to revise your cat died, you were affirmed for your cat to not have died or something like that, or you lost something, you revise that. But no, the key to revision is to do it daily. You have to do revision daily, because when I tell you guys, I was manifesting my new lifestyle for months now. And I've been affirming, I've been doing all the right things. I thought I was affirming, I was scripting, I was doing every technique under the sun. First of all, if you have to do so many techniques and you have to find more and more techniques, then you don't believe you can have it. So let's start there. But anyway, I realized that my mind kept playing the worst case scenario as a vision in my head. So much to the point that I thought I was bad at visualizing, which could be further from the truth. I've always been good at visualizing. I'm so good at visualizing that I keep visualizing the past, and I didn't realize that that was what was holding me back. I thought that's just how my brain works. I'm like, oh, okay, I just keep visualizing past situations because I have ADHD or whatever. My brain just goes a mile a minute. But no, I kept replaying the old story. That's why they say stop replaying the old story. And that's what I was doing. I was replaying the old story in my head. And I had to stop doing that. I had to cancel that thought in the moment. And some people could just cancel that thought by affirming, like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a random example, but say you have a negative thought, and instead of like it being like words in your head, it for me it would be like a whole vision of what could go wrong. And in that moment, I need to visualize what could go right. And I was just saying what could go right. But even though I was saying what could go right, I was still visualizing what could go wrong. I don't know if this is making any sense. So once I stopped doing that and I start visualizing what could go right, it started to become like a chain reaction, and it was like a muscle. It kept growing and growing and growing. And before, when I look back on how I manifested my apartment, if you guys watched that video, and I was talking about how I kept saying like, my apartment is here. It's just that the landlord's getting ready for me. The landlord's getting ready for me. I was at that time visualizing the landlord getting the apartment ready for me. So I always have been doing this. I just forgot because I lost myself. I forgot how powerful I am. I forgot that's how I manifested something so quote unquote big in 2 weeks, was not only like being delusional, like saying, oh my God, my apartment's ready for me, even though I had no qualifications to get an apartment. I had visualized it in my head. I'm like, oh, that's what I have to do now. So now, anytime I have a negative thought, anytime, I just visualize something else that I want. It used to be I would just visualize the opposite. Like, say I feel like I'm gonna run out of money today, I would visualize being handed money. Now when I have a negative thought that anything I don't like, any little thing, if I feel like I'm gonna stub my toe, I'll visualize being handed $500. Like, that's how I actively live in the end and realize that everything's gonna be good for me. And even though nothing has manifested in the 3D, that's not the point. The point is not to see it in the 3D. The point is to control your thoughts and control your brain and your mind. That's the point. I think what was getting me caught up was trying to manifest things in the 3D. And then when it didn't come, I thought I was bad at manifesting. And it's like, yeah, I was bad at manifesting because I was living for outside of me instead of inside of me. I was living for what I could see in the 3D instead of telling myself what's in 3D. I control the 3D. I say what's in the 3D, not the other way around. And once I did that, like, things started to work out for me. Talking a lot. I usually don't do this much. Anyway, so like for example, last month, um I ran out of money for food, and I didn't have food for like almost 4 weeks. So I was like really going hungry, but I still was able to film content, thank God. But the link got cut off. So first I ran out of food, right? And then I have food assistance, right? And it happened to be that the food assistance got shut off. But the food assistance got shut off because I kept replaying in my head how hungry I was. I mean, I was angry about how hungry I was. But something weird happened when I called to check on my food assistance, and I realized the balance only had like $1 in it. I wasn't even worried. I don't know what switched in my brain. I was like, it's always when something doesn't work out, my brain's just like, you're going to survive. Because why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you survive? Why wouldn't you live through this? There's no reality in my brain at that time that was like, I'm going to die from starvation. That's not going to happen. Like, I'm not going to die from starvation. And I started to visualize my fridge being full of food. I just kept visualizing my fridge is full of food. My fridge is full of food. I always have so much food. And I literally got my link turned back on um like 3 4 days later. And on top of that, shockingly, my sister hit me up about needing her hair done, so she paid me the $50 to do her hair in advance, so I was able to buy food with that too. And on top of that, my sister that I'm living with bought groceries. So it's just like, you will always, if you affirm that you're always well taken care of, you will always be well taken care of. So I really think daily revisions is key, and I don't think enough people talk about it. And the first person that I heard about daily revisions was Hyler. Hyler was talking about, you need to revise daily. It is important to revise daily. It will become a muscle memory, because once you start to do it, you will realize how many visions in your head, not just thoughts, not just words, because all day I can be affirming, but how many visions, if you're a visualizer, in your head are negative. Like, I just would randomly bring up something from the past when I was like 10. And it's like, why are we even thinking about that? The past doesn't matter. What matters is right now. All I can see is right now. That's what matters, is right now and the future. And instead of remembering the past, I will remember my future. I will visualize my future. Because why not? Why not? If I had to choose to visualize something, why not it be something that makes me happy or that I want to do, or a goal? Like, and that's what stops me from checking the 3D. So revisions really helped. There's this content creator, High Frequency Guru. Love their content. They have affirmations for everything. I don't care what anybody says. Affirmations, subliminals work. I particularly don't like the subliminals that don't have any words in them. I like the ones with affirmations, because I'll wake up to hearing good things in my ear. When you lived a life where you were not validated and you had to learn how to validate yourself or reparent yourself or whatever the trauma was in the past, you're not used to hearing people validate you in your head. So it's good to have I know some people use the Parrot app, but I don't like the Parrot app. I want the affirmations to be done for me because I change up what I want to affirm all the time. And that channel, High Frequency Guru, check that out. They have affirmations for everything. And I mean everything. So one day I'll feel like I really don't like my body. Cancel that thought. Let's play affirmation on my sexy curvy body is so fit and nice and juicy, and I got a juicy ass booty, and I look good from every angle. If I'm feeling like, dang, something just got taken out of my bank account. Nope, girl, what are you even talking about? You always have money in your bank account. Duh, it's normal that shit gets taken out of your bank account because you have the money to pay for it. Like, that's literally what I do. So revisions, subliminals, but with talking. I like to hear the affirmations and the rampages and stuff. And I do script, but not as much anymore. Like, now I'm at the point in manifesting where I don't rely on techniques as much. Like, I know I'm telling you guys techniques, but like, I don't have a specific daily routine. Like, I don't wake up and I'm like, I need to affirm for 10 minutes here, and then I need to do this and I need to do that. Like, I don't like doing that because that feels like too much effort. And if it feels like too much effort, it feels like I'm trying too hard. And I already affirmed that manifestation is effortless. So why would I put effort in it? That don't make sense. And that's going to get me to how I identity shifted in a second. But I just want to talk about what I do. So, what did I say? Revision, affirmations. There was another one. Not robotic affirming. Oh, just knowing and being. Just knowing. So now I'm in the state where I just know. If you have, what am I trying to say? It's hard to talk live because my thoughts be everywhere and I can't edit it out. If you, what am I trying to say? There are some manifestations. Okay, whenever you manifest instantly, it's 9 times out of 10 something that you know with your heart that you have in that moment. So if there's something that you manifest, like with my apartment video, I knew there was no reality where I was going to be homeless anymore. I knew I was going to have an apartment, and that's why I manifested it. That's how I kind of manifest now too. I have goals for this month, and there's something in my heart that is just telling me I don't see a reality where I don't have this thing. I do not see it. It's not possible. Just like with the food story I just told earlier, there is not a reality I can even think or conceive that I don't have that thing. And when you feel that way, that's how you know you quantum leaped or identity shifted. Because if you can't see yourself without it, you're in the reality where you have it. Like, there's no other way that works. So, let me get some water because I've been talking a lot. So, shifting to how I manifested while identity shifting, there were goals I had, like I was saying, in October. And my original plan was to just, affirmations. That's what I was going to say earlier. My original plan was to identity shift by taking action. And now I realize that action is not necessary. But at the time, it actually did help me. So, like, say you want to lose weight, because that is something I manifested. I did want to lose weight. So I did want to lose weight, and I see the version of myself, my dream self. She wakes up every day and she drinks her matcha latte before she works out. So the easiest way for me to manifest having that dream reality is to do an action in that routine to show myself that I am turning into the version that I want to be, if you're following me. So the easiest thing out of that routine for me to do at that time was drink matcha lattes. I say that matcha lemonades was to drink matcha lemonades. So every morning I started drinking matcha lemonades. Turn that into, I wanted to take my health more seriously. And the insurance that I have, I found out they had a nutritionist. I did not know this before. They have a nutritionist, and they're Lord, talking a lot. They have a nutritionist, and the nutritionist is free. So I started going to nutritionists, and I realized that I actually needed to be eating more than I was eating. And I was working out, but that's not even the point. I wasn't even working out like that. So just by drinking the matcha lemonade, just by putting the intention out there that I am the person that works out, I found out that I can go to my nutritionist for free, which helped me get a better relationship with food. My relationship with food is so much better now. Like, it's so healthy. I eat way more in the day. I have way much Lord, can't talk. I have so much more energy. And now that I have so much more energy, I can do the second thing that my dream self does, which is be a content creator. Last year, I could barely create any content, and now I realize it's because I was not eating enough food. And since I was not eating enough food, I did not have any energy to go off of. And I could never realize because I slept all the time last year. Like, I slept all day. And did not know it was because my body did that as a defense mechanism because it did not have enough energy to run. It had like nothing else to do but sleep. So by taking the small action of drinking matcha lemonades, because that was the easiest thing I knew my dream self would do, I started to get on my nutrition. I did work out here and there, but I'm not worried about that. I know eventually I'll get to the point where I do work out, but I started to work out here and there. I started to see the nutritionist, and I got my health better. And I effortlessly lost weight because remember, I was not working out like that. Like, I would say, I'm gonna be doing this schedule. I'm gonna work out 5 days a week, and then I would work one day. Lord, I can't talk. I would work out one day that week, and I'd be like, damn, girl, you really didn't do what you thought you were going to do. And I thought I wasn't losing weight in the moment. Like I told you guys, in the moment, I thought nothing was working. I thought it wasn't. I thought all I'm doing is eating more. I knew I was having a better relationship with food, but I was like, all I'm doing is eating more. I don't know if this is working. And then when I posted the video, my life update, I was looking at the video from that. That was posted in April, right? And I was looking at the video I posted in January, and I'm like, wait a minute, did I lose weight? Like, how did I lose weight? I don't know how I lost weight. Like, I was eating more and lost weight. And I would see people, if you watch Sammy Ingram, most of her like success stories from her mermaid gang would talk about losing weight with eating more food, eating the foods they like. I literally lost weight while eating the foods I like. My nutritionist literally told me ice cream is a food group. Like, girl, you can eat ice cream and still lose weight. And I legit eat ice cream almost every night. And I still lost weight, still actively losing weight. Like, that's crazy to me. That was wild. So what I think, ooh, sorry, how I feel like you can shift identities without taking action is just by telling yourself you can have it. There is so much power in giving yourself permission. You And that's why I like affirmations. And I guess that's why people like robotic affirmations, because I guess that's kind of similar, the same thing, but I personally don't like robotic affirmations. I'll just say some in the morning if I'm feeling like it. But if you want to do something or have a goal, think about what you would be saying if you had that goal, or what you would be doing if you had that goal. And if you have any negative emotion, well, emotion's fine. You can manifest with negative emotions. If you have any negative thoughts or visions about that, oh yeah, I do go for walks too. I actually go for manifestation walks, but I still don't think that affected the weight loss I had. But what was I saying? Oh, I lost my whole train of thought. Um, I hate when I lose my train of thought. Oh my god, no. Oh my god, I hate when I do this. What was I saying? I feel like I was talking about revision. No, I was talking about. Can y'all help me out here? I was talking about something and I can't think of it now. Um, bro. No, it's not your fault. It's totally me. It's totally me. I always do this. I legit forgot what I was talking about. I was talking about identity shifting. I started talking about working out, matcha lemonades. Um, it's because I've been talking so much, like a mile a minute. I can't believe it's been 25 minutes already. Um, oh, I was talking about how you don't need to take action in order to identity shift, right? Okay, so like I'm just gonna go to the example I was gonna say because I feel like I was rambling anyway. So I want to be a famous singer, right? I I know for a fact that there's things that I want to work on as a famous singer. And in the past, I used to tell myself these things are reasons why I can't be a famous singer, right? And now instead of saying those things as I can't, I give myself permission, okay, because I deserve it. I give myself permission and I tell myself what I need to be a singer. Like for a singer, at least the level of singing I want to do. I want to be a performer, okay? Like a performer. That's why I wanted to get my health better because I knew I needed the stamina. And I know that there's artists out there like Lizzo who can do it, but baby, no. I need to lose weight to get the stamina for me personally. So as a singer, I want to be a better dancer. And I can dance, but I want to be more flexible. So I'll write down the affirmation instead of thinking, oh my God, I'm not flexible. I can't do this. I can never be a singer. I write down, I am flexible. If I think, oh my God, my voice isn't good enough to be a singer, because I love R&B singers. You know, R&B singers have a great range. They can sing very high, very low. They have a good tone. I would just write those affirmations. My singing voice is amazing. My singing voice is out of this world. I can sing good high. I can sing good low. I have an amazing range. I am a great dancer. I am so professional. I am a performer. I will just write those things down and say them in my head. So instead of having to take action to identity shift, I will tell myself in my head what I need to do or who I need to be to quantum leap / identity shift. And in doing that, that makes me a more confident performer. It's basically self concept and validating myself. So, because if you don't be on your side, who else will be? Like, that's why people don't get shit done. It's literally just insecurity. It's literally insecurity. I know that held me back, and I feel like people are so scared to say that they're insecure, but it's not. It's normal feeling. It's normal to feel insecure. It doesn't have to be this big thing. It's just normal. Like it's normal to feel insecure. And if you don't want to feel insecure, tell yourself you're confident. That's what people say. I fake it till I make it. What Brianna say? I fake it. She says she faked it. She had that whole bad girl Riri persona and she was not a bad girl. Like she said that. She said she was uncomfortable the whole time because y'all got to realize she was like 19. Like the whole time she said she was uncomfortable with that persona, but they knew that persona would take her to the top. So she literally in front of our eyes identity shifted into that persona and faked it until it became real. And now we all identify her as that because she kind of is the bad girl Riri now. But like at the time, no. Like that's all it is. It's just self-concept, telling yourself you can have it. Because if you don't tell yourself you can have it, you're not going to have it. Like plain and simple. And this is why I believe that law of assumption is real for all the people who say manifesting isn't real, law of assumption isn't real. You're going to think in one favor or the other no matter what. You're going to think something is going to happen no matter what. Period. If you keep reliving that you're stuck in a loop in your life story, you're going to be stuck in a loop in your life story. And I'm speaking from direct experience with that because I thought I was stuck in a loop for forever until I started telling myself I wasn't. And then I started to see how I actually am not. I'm actually free to do and go as I please. No one's holding me prisoner. I am not stuck. You are not stuck. Like, if you believe that something bad is going to happen, it might happen. Like, if you put that intention out that, oh, I never get this. Oh, I never get that. And that's how you know you quantum leaping, though, because when you start to have a better mindset, you will notice how you were surrounded by a group of people who have stank mindsets because you used to have a stank one too. And then they will not resonate with you anymore. That's how you know you're quantum leaping. You know you're quantum leaping when The people you follow don't resonate with you anymore. Child, I'm going through that right now. Like, I had to delete my TikTok and create another one because I could not take anybody. I could not take anyone. Anybody I was following, I could not take my For You page. And then I created another one and I manifested the same people. And I was like, whoa, hold up. Maybe it's not them, it's me. Like, let me get my mind right, then come back to TikTok. Bro, I'm telling you, the bad boundaries, all of that. Like, you quantum leap when nothing resonates with you anymore. The food that you eat don't resonate no more. Okay? The people don't resonate no more. The TV you watch, the things you listen to. And I'm not saying those things are good nor bad. They just don't resonate with you. Like, for me, I had to cut off everybody. And I told them I was cutting them off too. I had to cut off everybody because, like, I had to really sit there and assess, like, if I become the person I want to become, not would they support me, because I know people would support me no matter what. Would they be able to live the lifestyle I want to live? If that makes sense. I know they will all support me, but would they be able to live the lifestyle I live, or would they be able to be where I want to be? Like, and it doesn't have to be like a bad thing, like, oh, I had to cut off all my friends because they were toxic. No, it could be more so like, if I feel like my heart is taking me to LA, I'm gonna have to say goodbye to the people that I know their heart is having them stay in my hometown. Like, it could be that simple. It doesn't have to be this big thing. You know what I mean? Like, when you quantum leap, nothing will, not nothing, but a lot of things won't feel comfortable. It just won't feel comfortable. And that's how you know something's changing. Because if it felt comfortable, that's when you know you're stuck in a loop. You know you're out of the loop, even though it might still feel like a loop. You know you're out of the loop when you don't feel comfortable in the loop no more. That's when you're out of it. The moment you're like, I can't do this anymore, I can't take this anymore, that's when you're out the loop. That's how I know I identity shifted back in October last year. Even though I felt like I was still stuck in the loop, I knew then because I cut off all the things that weren't good for me, even though I was so used to and attached to them. And that was just the first step. Okay. So, yeah. I think I talked enough. I don't think I have anything else to say on the subject. But you're doing better than you think, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Revise, revise, revise. I cannot. Whew. I wanted to do a whole video on it, but I'm like, I still don't want to do manifestation videos on my channel. I'd rather do them as lives. I don't want to do dedicated videos because there's so many creators that y'all should just be hyping up, not me. And those are the people I watch. I don't want to watch their content, then regurgitate the same thing. I'm not about that. So, like I said, revise, 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 especially if you're a visualizer. If you're sitting up here thinking you can't visualize and you visualize that everything that can go wrong, you can visualize, baby. You're just choosing the wrong vision. Revise. Revise. Tell yourself you can have it. Give yourself permission. I don't care how crazy it is. Give yourself permission to have it. If you want to be a millionaire, billionaire, give yourself permission because you got to see it first before anybody else can. And stop putting power in the 3D when the 3D is you. You tell the 3D what to do. If you're telling the 3D what to do and you choose bad shit, I mean, baby, it's right there. Like, I think people don't understand, or they underestimate how powerful they are. You are literally seeing life through your eyes. You are literally seeing life, seeing everything around you, me seeing you through my eyes, through your eyes. You're seeing me through your eyes. And also, thank you for watching it if you're seeing it through your, oh my God. I love when people watch my content. It makes me so happy. But anyway, remember that the 3D is through you. That's when they say everything is you pushed out. It's literally through you. And let the past go. Just let it go. That was one of the hardest things I had to learn, was to let the past go. Stop holding on to it. Things were said, things were done. Create the boundaries and move on. Either you want them people in your life or you don't. You can always change your mind later. It's your life. Like I said, it's you pushed out. I'm in that space now where I ain't talking to certain people, but that could change later on. Honestly, they're hoping and praying for it. So I feel like if I change it, they'll come with open arms anyway. But yeah, I cut off so many people. And I feel like now I'm the most toxic. Okay, yeah. I feel like also shadow being in tune with your shadow side is like the most amazing thing. And anger is a powerful emotion. You should use that anger to manifest. Honestly, that's what I did when I started my villain era. I used my anger to manifest. When I manifested my apartment, I used my anger because I was so mad at my landlord. I was mad at everybody. And I was mad at my landlord so bad. And I was like, how dare this man talk to a woman like that? I am not paying them anything and I'm not living here anymore. And guess what I did? Did not pay them, did not live there. Like, I think shadow work is a beautiful thing, but I also feel like you shouldn't shy away from your shadow. You should understand your shadow and become one with it because it is a part of you. And then you can learn how to use your shadow side. Like it's not just the light side. I feel like that's what toxic spirituality is. Yes, screaming is a good release. See, this is what I'm talking about. Oh my God, you're going to get me hyped because I love talking about rage. I feel like people. So I understand how rage can be scary if it's not in a controlled environment, but there are so many good outlets to control your rage, like going outside in the woods and screaming. They have those axe throwing classes. They have literal places where you can break things. And when I was younger, I used to throw something and break it. And once the thing broke and released, it's like my anger released too. Like I hate when people demonize rage because it's such a powerful tool. I feel like it's more powerful than excitement and happiness because if not used well, them emotions can't take you over. But I think that's a good idea going to mixed martial arts and incorporating screaming into music. Bro, that's why when I was younger in my teens, I used to love screamo because I would just rage it out. I would just rage it out in my room quietly though because I was in a Christian household at the time, but I understand that so much. I think that's a great idea. I think martial arts is a great idea. Also, the thing about martial arts is it teaches you respect and boundaries. So that's a good idea. I'm all for that. Man, maybe I should do another video on rage because I already have one, but I love that. I love that so much. Anger is such a powerful emotion and it gets demonized. Especially, I don't know what your gender you identify as, but especially for women, they get demonized for having rage. And I think out of anybody in this world, a woman should be angry. A woman should be angry and rightfully so. Rightfully so. It's okay. You can be a little angry. I'd be angry. Shit. Let me not curse before they take this off. But a woman should be angry. Oh, thank you. I appreciate your content and what you have to say. That's so sweet. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That makes me happy. I really do love you guys. I can't believe I have 1,300 subscribers. I remember I was just praying and hoping for 1,000 last year. It hasn't even been a year yet, but I was praying and hoping for 1,000 for like years. But you guys are amazing. And the funnest part about it is like I am my true self. So much so that people that I know in my real life think I'm putting on an act when I'm on here, but I'm actually like my truest self ever. And you guys just love it. And I love it because else can talk about rage with? Who else can I talk about rage with? Who else can I talk about law of assumption with? I can't talk about people in my life. That's why they kind of gone at the moment. But yeah. Yeah, but y'all, I got these noodles waiting on me, so I'm about to go eat. I just felt called to like do a live right now. I hope you guys got something from it. If not, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, definitely, or suggest any topics for the next live. I might do this once a month. That's really my goal because I want to post 3 videos a month and 1 live. So, yeah. Any questions, let me know. I love you guys so much. Oh my God, I love you so much. And I'll see you guys next time.